Hey, this is Draffet, Mr. Draffet Store. Um, as you can see, I had a surgery yesterday for a Metaport. So, this episode of Draffet Store, or this one shot of Draffet Store, is on cancer. The reason I was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma about 2 weeks ago. But we've known that I might have had it since at least Easter. It's one of those illnesses that is real hard to talk to because so many people get affected by it annually. And personal belief. Just touching on it, I think that the treatment of it is a big moneymaker for the medical community, for the insurance community, for the pharmaceutical community. The reason why they aren't promoting things that would help more, because it makes them money, plain and simple. Now, my personal feelings aside, it's hard to deal with. I mean, it is extremely hard to deal with. I've gone through work since I found out, and tried to keep a straight face without, first week crying. I accepted it because I'm not afraid of this illness. The effect of the illness on my family and my friends, that bothers me. Because, my mom died when she was 46, from uterine liver cancer. It's a toss-up on which one it actually was. Just the autopsy said uterine, but I was told otherwise. My grandfather on my dad's side died from it. His wife died from early onset, either dementia or early onset Alzheimer's, which is a form. My grandmother, my mom's mom, died from lung cancer. At least one of her brothers died from cancer too. So I'm not even going to get onto my friend whose dad just passed away from leukemia from NAM. To my wife and her family and all that. You have to take responsibility for it on all fronts. Your treatment, if there are options other than chemo and radiation therapy. Will holistic medicine work? Will changing your diet work? Cutting out processed foods, using hemp oils, not smoking pot, but nebulizing or making pot brownies to help out. Looking into using ginseng, ginger, turmeric, and do they actually work? If you add it to your diet to help. These are all stuff I've checked out on the internet, even before I got it. It's hitting this whole situation is hitting my wife more harder than me because her grandfather got over having cancer, but they prescribed more radiation than they should have, which caused him to have diabetes, which caused him to die from a stroke and a heart attack, from the weakness from the radiation. Hence the reason why I'm leery about using it. Whether it's where I've got a survival bullet or not, it still ends up being finding out what stage I'm at. I mean, because in past Rapid Store, I mentioned that I've got 2 young kids, so that ends up being, once I find out that, how to prepare them, how to prepare my life for, their life for me not being there, all sorts of different things. And break it down. Yes, I understand that there's supposedly the reason why there's no cure for it is because, blah 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 blah. There's different types, different types of cells, affected by certain drugs where other ones won't work on it. Okay, that I understand. I'm not asking for a cure. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for getting past it. I will never use this term surviving it, because it's not something you survive. You survive a bear attack. You survive a car accident. This is an illness you get past. This whole cancer sentiment, it just bothers the piss out of me. It's no avail. And I mean, I can be, probably me being hypocritical, but it's also the fact that, it's just asinine to me. And, I can get into all my philosophical beliefs and my political beliefs on it and personal beliefs on it. But in the end, it's just, you have to deal with it the best that you can as an individual. Look into all of your options as a person. What will work for you, what won't work for you, what will work for the type you have, what won't work for the type you have. Force your doctors not to give you the traditional methods that are sponsored by the pharmaceuticals and the insurance companies to make them money, but options that will get you past it and hopefully make it you live the rest of your life and die from something else other than, and not be in remission. Because in the last month I've been on the internet looking at all sorts of stories about people who got it when in 2001. Now they're like in their mid-30s, and they opted for non-traditional methods and it worked for them. Then you got like Lance Armstrong. But I mean, it has affected my life to the point where I have changed my diet. Started watching what I eat. Started eating more fruits, vegetables is some thing that I'm trying to figure out what I should eat and what I shouldn't eat to help. Looking into buying a juicer to juice up stuff, so I'm not buying store-bought juices. Optioning, maybe using, depending on, how it works, finding places to get hemp oil and see if it'll help me. Instead of using the drugs for pain, looking into medical marijuana, or in doing it, like I said, nebulizing it or whatever. But that stuff is like 2 or 3 stages ahead of where I'm at in the game. You have to be strong. I mean, because I was actually debating on, and there's going to be 3 versions of this, and each version is going to be a little bit personal belief and all that. I was going to film the whole process, so you can see me go through it. And like I said, it's a little too invasive for me, because there might be some time I break down that I don't want anybody seeing, how I'm feeling. But you have to deal with it in a, I mean, you could say positive light or whatever you want. You have to learn how to deal with it in the best way that you as an individual know how. That's the only way. That's how I'm, been dealing with it. Being strong for my kids and my wife, and looking at it from, where I'm not crying every night. Because I am younger than my mom when I got it. And my mom was quick. The time period that I found out is exactly the same time period that she passed away in. She went to the hospital on Memorial Day, and then died. Would have been a week ago last Monday. So, it's, when I say it's hard, it is hard. But like I said, you have to do it from your personal belief. I mean, because all cancer is a mutated cell in the particular part of your body, or in my case with lymphoma. My lymph nodes, instead of stopping swelling when the illness is continuously to being swelled, and it's causing me a lot of discomfort, but it's also caused me to have at least one verifiable virus or illness, and possibly another, which I have to go talk to my doctor about. But with that, this is Draffet, and this has been Draffet Store. Have fun.